I was raised basically in Hackensack. I went to a yeshiva in Patterson called Yavne, Breuer's high school, and then Baruch College. My first client was Lou Piniella, the Yankees. Lou Piniella had just won the World Series. He picked me up in the morning and we flew to Cincinnati and we're going to meet with Marge Schott. And I said to Lou, how much do you want? And, you know, because he wanted to renegotiate his contract. And he gave me a number. And I think at the time it was like $600,000 he would have been happy with. And I walked into her home and I looked around and the first thing I saw was all this Nazi memorabilia. And she said, boys, what do you want? And I said, well, we're here to renegotiate Lou's contract. And she said, well, you know, he's getting paid. He has a contract already. I said, listen, Ms. Schott, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. Either you pay him $750,000 or we're not gonna work for you this year. We're leaving the house and we get on the plane and Lou turns to me, slugger, I just wanted $600,000. Why did you ask for so much? I said, Lou, you don't understand. My dad, you know, you met my dad, he was a Holocaust survivor. And when I saw that memorabilia, it got me so angry. And he ended up getting a great contract. 1986, 87, the Giants were in the Super Bowl. I was in New York and Phil calls me up, he says, I need you to come out here the week before the Super Bowl because everyone's bothering me for deals. And as a matter of fact, the very famous deal I made for him was do that commercial. Phil Sims, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Disney World. It was Friday afternoon. And I said to Phil, if anyone needs you, just tell him to call the hotel, the bellman, he knows me. He'll tell him I'll call them after the Sabbath. And I'll never forget, he said to me, Fishof, he says, your Sabbath is more important than the Super Bowl. Go enjoy it. I was negotiating a contract for a baseball player named Ron Jackson. The deadline to finish the contract was on Motzei Shabbos, on Saturday night. So, you know, Friday afternoon, I called him one last time and I said, Buzzy, it's $1.5 million. He says, no, I'm giving you $900,000 and that's it. And I come home from synagogue on Saturday morning, my phone's ringing. And then it's ringing at 12 o'clock, and then 12:30, and then 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. And everybody in my family starts saying, this is an emergency, pick it up. And I said, it's not an emergency, I know what it is. And it was right after Shabbos, and it was buffet. He said, Fishof, you got the $1.5 million, but don't ever talk to me again, and slammed the phone down. But I always involved my players. They knew my religion. I'd invite them Friday night to dinner. I remember the time when Mark Breuer came to my house for a Shabbos meal. He saw the 2 challahs on the Shabbos table, and he started taking one. And I said, no, Mark, I got to cut those in slices. He thought, you know, he's a football player. He thought it was a role for him. I went upstairs to meet Bob Pittman, the president of MTV at the time, and I walked in and I said, Mr. Pittman, I'm David Fishof. Oh yeah, you're the sports agent. And I said, yeah. I said, but I'm doing the Monkees. He says, sit down, kid. He says, I'll promote your Monkees tour if you promote my new fledgling network, MTV, and all your ads. And that was history. And then from there, I went to sign Ringo Starr. And I observed Sabbath all around the world. I had to find a minion in every city. And I remember putting in Ringo's rider that he needs a car to pick him up every morning at 6:45 and to take him, you know, to a car. And the car was basically for me to go to minion in every city around the world. Doug Blush and Jeff Rowe, and Doug's an Academy Award winner, 20 Feet from Stardom. And they were making this movie and they wanted me to be in it. And I said, I don't want to be in it. You know, we have a thing called Ayin Hara. And I've had enough publicity in my life. It's really about everybody else. And tell the story about the rock stars and the people. And I didn't want to be in it. And after a year and a half, they approached me and said, David, you have to be in this film. It's all about, you know, you're the reason there's Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. And we came back from all these streamers. They said, you have to be in it. I said, I'll be in it on one condition. I'm wearing a yarmulke when I can wear a yarmulke. I said, I got to identify that I'm modern Orthodox. And number 3, it's most important that we include that I'm a son of a Holocaust survivor. And that's how I got the love of music. And that's really why I'm most proud of the film. I've been contacted by so many people who said, you know, I want to be Sabbath observant. I want to really show my Judaism, but I'm scared to get fired. But I love when I meet some sports agents and people, and they say, David, you know, you've influenced me. And you know, if that's what I could do in life and help people get in my business and show business and not be scared to be Orthodox, or if the film helps people, you know, that's really my goal. You know, my dad survived Auschwitz, he survived Buchenwald, and all he told me was the stories about you know, how he tried to keep his emunah, keep his belief in Hashem. And I always said, if my dad did it under those conditions, I have to do it.